What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on? It's Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, friends and family? I'm feeling good. Teeth is brushed, flossed, mouthwash, good energy. Great show last night. Shout out to all my friends and family that was on the panel. What's going on, y'all? How do y'all feel? How y'all feel out here in these streets? I'm feeling incredible. Happy Hump Day is Wednesday, September 24th, 2025, year of our Lord. I'm Omega in the day. I'm Omega today. I've been wearing my Omega for the last couple of days. A lot of people want to do a watch check. I see y'all inside of the chat. We Omega life. With the rose gold on the outside. I switch it up. I don't always wear a Rolex. You know what I'm saying? We not always gonna do the Rolex. Sometimes we Omega life, you know? That's how we rocking. What up, though? What's happening to my friends and family? How y'all feel throughout the day? Good day, everyone, says Adriana Gomez or Gomez. John Teal, I see you. Your car, what up, though? A done. None says living in Dallas, about to be war. I don't think it's going to be no war. I don't think so. We're going to cover it, though. We definitely going to have a conversation about it. I see you, Jerry. Charles Lucas. Guns aren't the issue. It's the people wielding the guns. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. A. Wyatt. I see OK Evan, Purple Haze, King Manasseh, Azriel in the building. Zero Royce. Aloso Way, last day for the Rapture people, point for point. I see you. Kate Cooper, Angel. Angel says F Dallas. Okay, well, tell us how you really feel, right? Chris Cunningham, I see you. Some of y'all got some real crazy names. What up to Nichelle? What's up, Leslie Aaron? Noble Xavier, Wayne, Keisha, Enos, R9, Cybertech. How do y'all come up with y'all names when y'all decide that y'all want to create a username, a screen name, or a name that y'all want people to call y'all by? How do y'all come up with a name? Playback Room, I see you. Bubbles 313. What up, though? Brandy, Oop Milk, ZMF, Mr. Youngblood, City Practical Investing, Nameless, Boss Life Trucker. What up, y'all? How do y'all come up with a name? For me, it was always just, I just want to use my real name. Just want to use my real name. What up, Zay Crypto? Angela T, Jamar Edge, We got a lot to cover. Certainly a lot of crime out here in these streets. Just left Dallas for a week. I like Dallas. I've always had a good time in Dallas. Always had a good time in Dallas. I have Charles Lucas. You say YouTube just got your government name. How's it going? Going cool. We chilling. We're gonna read super chats and cash apps in a minute. I've always enjoyed Dallas. I've been to Dallas a bunch of times. Some to kick it with my dog Charleston. Other times for business. I did real life street stars down there. I did a meetup. Okay, all right. So we having problems with the camera. That's what we doing today. Got camera issues. All right, let's see if we can solve for this before we get started with the show. We're not gonna have no camera issues. All right. If it does it again, we might have to reset, but that's what happens when you running live. But yeah, I've been Mark Griswold says AD tighten up, big dog. What do you want me to tighten up with? What would you like for me to do different? Aaliyah, what up, Aaliyah Summers? What do y'all be saying? Like, what are you saying? What would you like for me to do tightened? Huh? Just a brown girl in America. I appreciate you. Thank you for rocking out with me. Check your email, ADI, Lex, please. Let me see what I'm looking for. Oh, smuggle life. Chicago police officers are smuggling weapons out here in these streets. Is that what we doing? Is that what we doing? All right. Well, listen. You know, Tom Dog is always up for a good story that I'm gonna react to. I gotta mine that out. Have y'all seen this right here? Let me show y'all something. This just came up on my feed. I had looked at this on my email today. I'm gonna show y'all something. I want to share this with y'all real quick. Have y'all seen this right here?
All we did was set up a table.
I'm gonna do a review video on this separately, but I was just wondering if y'all had seen this. Literally, that just popped up inside of my email earlier this morning, and I said, "What was going on out there?" Have y'all seen that? I didn't know that it was unsafe to appear on an HBCU campus where you may have a different idea than other people, but maybe they're less tolerant than everybody else. Maybe the real sundown towns are the ones where the HBCUs are. I thought the tolerant left was supposed to be tolerant. No? Send it to me in a DM, terrible behavior. Thank you, Lance. I appreciate you. Yo, we not really talking about it, but I know that a lot of times they like to look at Netflix and say, "Oh man, don't go to a sundown town, man. You ain't got to go to the south side of Chicago at night." Scott Jones says again, why are people going where they're not accepted or tolerated? Wait a minute. I thought that this was the United States of America, that we are to exchange ideas. Y'all don't listen to Obama? Y'all don't listen to Obama? I believe that the real sundown towns is some of the hoods that you can't walk through every single day. I feel very comfortable walking in a poor white, predominantly white area. I don't feel any kind of discomfort whatsoever. And I've been to a lot of them all through Mississippi. I love Mississippi. I love Mississippi. They love Time Dog down in Mississippi. But I can't even walk down a certain neighborhood in California and have a hat on. They're going to be like, hey, what set you claim, cuz? What you mean, what set do I claim? I'm sorry? So I can't wear a hat? I have to wear plain white, plain black? Because if you wear the wrong hat in the wrong neighborhood, they might run up on you and say, hey, you from here? What set you claim, cuz? I'm not safe as a black man in some of these black environments. I didn't know that I wouldn't be safe on an HBCU campus. Is that where we at? I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100. Y'all sent this to me, and so we gonna have a little bit of a conversation before we get into and it don't matter where you go. Listen, every major city got a sundown town. Every major city has a sundown town, including a campus. Man, listen. If a white person enrolls at an HBCU, you are usually going to see them do a TikTok or do some kind of documentary. I've been seeing them for years of them saying, you on time today, Jennifer? I see you. You're going to see them on a documentary or TikTok. What it's like to go to an HBCU. Now, you don't see that on the flip. You don't see black people say what it's like to go to Penn State, what it's like to be at the University of Michigan, what it's like to go to Harvard. They just be like Harvard alum. They throw on their shirt. You can walk in Boston, all around, wherever it is that you want to go, and you just have a good time. And then you got to try to find a reason for people to be racist at you. You know, oh man, I didn't want to stand in line. They must be racist over there. But bro, you go on to HBCU, it's like, what set you from, cuz? Did y'all just see that video I just played? Tell her the tape don't lie. That ain't AI, that's real. If you wear the wrong hat, wear a red, you ain't even got to say MAGA on it. They ain't got to say Trump on it. Ain't got to say none of that. Go on an HBCU campus. I'm going to do a social experiment. I'm going to do a social experiment. I'm going to go find a HBCU campus. And as a black man, because I know you whites, you're not welcome to act different. You're going to have to be invited to the barbecue if you ever want to go over to a HBCU campus and have a conversation. See, that's the part that we really not talking about. That's the part that the D.L. Hugleys, the Amanda Seals, they not really talking about. The liberals over at Texas Tech, they feel some type of way, right? So they're going to act out. They're going to act like they got a problem. They're going to get expelled from school. But you're going to go over there and you're going to face some pressure. But you ain't felt pressure until you head over there to Spelman or Howard. You ain't felt pressure. Look, they warning me not right now. Nah, chill, Time. Don't wear that hat. Time, don't wear a hat over at the HBCU that may be different from what everybody else think. Tommy Boy said, don't do it. Hollywood says he was trying to get a reaction and got one. Well, here's the thing about that, though, Hollywood. Does that make him look bad or does it make everybody else? Does it make somebody's daughters look bad? I did a review video that hasn't been released yet, but it's scheduled to be released this afternoon on the Anton Daniels channel. And so I'm pushing the envelope a little bit, right? I'm branching out beyond relationship conversations and just politics. And the name of the video is Anti-intellectualism. Now, it's going to be a video that probably don't get a lot of views, but we're expanding, right? Because I want to expand the conversation beyond the typical things that we talk about. It's not just the platform. Once we reach the number, then we can start to push the envelope on certain conversations. And so the video itself was speaking specifically about anti-intellectualism. And the most of the people that were talking about anti-intellectualism, because they were saying that people that are not intellectuals or are not scholarly sources or are not studied and don't have the BA and an MA and a PhD and a master's degrees and all of this other stuff, they should not be negotiating or having a conversation and debating with people that are so scholarly, right? But every time that I see a person that leads with their education, I only see a couple different things most of the time. And again, it has nothing to do with whether or not you are traditionally educated from a liberal indoctrination camp that a lot of times we call college. But every time that I see somebody that leads with it, meaning that they need validation for you to acknowledge or they want to cite their credentials in order for them to have a conversation with you, usually I only see a couple different things. Number one, usually they broke and they have a lot of student loans. Usually they are broke and they have a lot of student loans. That's number one. The second thing that I see is that a lot of times they are book smart, but they not even really that smart, but they got the degrees and the pieces of paper from the liberation indoctrination camps that they so despise because they hate the system and they hate the government, yet they seek validation from their universities and their institutions in order to be a credible source. And then secondly, they stupid in real life. They don't know they right from they left. For whatever reason, they haven't been able to translate that into money. Usually, a lot of times, the ones that lead with it have it in something that's really dumb, that don't add no value into society. They use other people talking points and they're not able to formulate a sentence based off of their own lived experiences and thoughts. And they don't get no results. They don't get any results at all. And so as I see these type of videos where it is intolerant, I'm wondering, as y'all think your way through and look at these videos and react, and I see somebody that says, well, Anton, they wanted a reaction and they got it. That means you gave them what they wanted. If they expected to get a reaction, who looks stupid, you or them? Where is the fatigue? You keep saying, why is people saying black fatigue? You just seen it on that video. You seen it on the video. Somebody put a camera in front of your face and you embarrassed yourself. He got what he wanted. Not only did he get what he wanted, he went viral. He's probably going to make a lot of money from the video. He's probably going to increase his profile, and he's doing it all on the backs of you embarrassing yourself. Somebody stick a camera in my face expecting for me to do something stupid. It'd be beyond me to go and prove them right. I mean, even the word of God says, open your mouth and proving them right. A fool is counted wise until he opens his mouth. They stuck a camera in your face and you just went ahead and just did the whole show. Gave him the minstrel show right there in front of him and showed how educated or uneducated you really are. And you couldn't have a regular conversation. You yelled, you screamed, big backs everywhere, simps all around them, screaming. Don't even realize that they've been led right down into the mire, looking stupid, going viral. Stupid. So dumb. I can't understand it. I don't understand it for the life of me, bro. And then they'll tell you that black people ain't racist. Everybody is racist at this point, as far as I'm concerned, until you prove me differently. Everybody is racist at this point until you prove me differently. I look at people and I'll be thinking, yeah, you a serial killer. You just gonna have to prove me different because I don't trust nobody anymore. Yep, you touch kids until you prove me different. Yep, would never talk to you and tell you the first letter that's in my confirmation code because you a hacker and you trying to steal my information. I don't look at nobody and I don't trust nobody at this point, bro. I don't trust nobody. I think that everybody is evil until they prove me different. I rank everybody at 0, and then I move my scale up until I have the opportunity to be able to prove it. I'm not, when you green and you trying to change the world and you see everybody until they show you differently, they disappoint you. It's a survival mechanism. And I don't care if you get offended. Doesn't mean anything to me. I'm still alive, ain't I? It's a lot of unoffended people that's pushing up daisies. It's a lot of unoffended people that wanted to change the world and now they widowed. It's a lot of people that tried to help the community and they 6 feet under. It's a lot of people and y'all did a little video on them, and then they lasted for a week and a half and everybody went back to their regular life. I miss me with that. Facts. You guilty until you proven innocent in the court of Anton Daniels' head. See you walk down the street, got a hoodie on your head, I think, oh, yep, that's the killer. He's a serial killer from Houston. I'm gonna address this whole Houston serial killer situation. I don't trust anybody anymore. Not now, not ever anymore until they tell me something different. Keep on trusting them. Keep on trusting them. Keep on trusting them. It's the fastest way for you to turn into a supervillain. Your origin story. Seen a lot of guys. Trust a lot of women. You know what I learned about women? They always tell the truth. That's it. That's the punchline. They always tell the truth. They always tell the truth. When they in love with you, for example, if they love you, they will promise you that they will always be there for you. I can't tell you how many coaching calls that I've had with guys that were madly in love. Would you think that he had a kid with you while he was hating you or while she was hating you? No. She told you the truth. Yes, I love you. I would never tell your secrets. I would never put it out to the media. Next thing you know, you see him talking to Tasha K. A year later, he's a narcissist and he likes boys. So her truth, that's the thing. Guys tell truth. Women live in their truth. Mm-hmm. She told you her truth. At that moment, she loved you. Oh my God, my ex was a narcissist and he tried to take me out. Oh my God. Let's bond together. That's why you didn't get a prenup. That's why you get a prenup. My God, I would never do anything to you. What makes you think that I'm that type of person? Oh my God. Can't believe it. And you're going to see some simps in the chat. Oh, you ain't a real man if you're not trying to make sure that she gets everything. Till you get your villain origin story, and it's going to change all the way from there. Go ahead. Try to get on out of that situation. Try to move on. She said she wanted to move on. Then you gave her what she wanted. She said, no. I don't like it. Whatever it is that she said that she was at that moment, that was her truth at that time. She got a different truth now. Rules changed. Rules changed. You name it, the game changed, big dog. She got a different truth. See, Sonny said, that's not all women. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. That's not all women. Where? Where? That's not all who women. Keisha. We're going to go ahead and get started with the show. Keisha says, discernment is key for sure, but people switch up real quick. Discernment doesn't work. Discernment doesn't work at all. Not when it comes to evaluating people. Listen, it's a controversial take. I know you're going to disagree with me, but discernment doesn't work. What I have learned after coaching person after person after person and being in these situations where I can observe people in real time is you have to take people at face value at the time. That's it. If women's discernment worked, you wouldn't have so many single mothers. If discernment amongst men worked, you would not have so much child support. after all of these years. Take people at face value for what they are. Believe them the first time and still protect yourself. And don't put yourself in a situation that you're going to have to answer for later on. My discernment is telling me that Chris Ramos in the chat is gay. Do y'all think I'm right? Let me get a yes or a no in the chat if you think that Chris Ramos is gay in the chat. That's what my discernment is telling me right now. Yes or no? Is Chris Ramos in the chat gay or not gay? I'll say facts. They all said yes. They all said yes. Do y'all think that Chris Ramos Well, looks like I'm right. Looks like I'm right. Oh, man. This is so funny. Anyways, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. They said Fruity Zesty just tuned in. The spirit told me that at the door that he's gay. Yep, see? We all on one accord. He said he'd give you a witness. Anyways, make sure y'all support each other, love each other. Life is good. Life is good. God is good. God is good all the time. All the time. Shout out to all of my friends that text me good thoughts every day. Shout out to the people that holla at me. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the people that's here today. I love you. I appreciate you. We got a good show for y'all lined up today. We got over 2,000 people in, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the show. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge my people that support me on the platform that's sending these chats, these cash apps. First of all, I want to acknowledge ESDC. Shout out to my dog ESDC. I appreciate you. Mike, that dude. Thank you, Mike, that dude. I love you, bro. I genuinely love you. Spencer Campbell says, good afternoon, AD and the Bag Chasers. What up, Spence? What up, Spencer Campbell? I appreciate you. Also want to acknowledge the early super chatters. First of all, Joshua. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you for the 50 ball. I told the people yesterday on After Hours, I said, I do not take for granted the fact that people contributing to the platform. I read every single super chat, no matter what it is. Every single person that even hit a like, I thank you. I appreciate you. I don't take you for granted. It says, all of this evil and hate in the world, we need Jesus more than ever. Hashtag Jesus is King. Jesus is King. I agree with you. I agree with you. Facts. 100%. Thank you, big dog. Thank you for supporting the platform. They released the footage of the Indy shooting. Yeah, I know. Chad for more says, I finished the Q show. It was good. You and Jazz going back and forth, and you dished out the old AD would have been more entertaining. I didn't even say nothing crazy. I was chill, slow motion. I'm just in my groove. I'm in my groove. What if the rapture came and we still here? Yeah, that's going to be a different type of conversation. That would be a different type of live stream. Deacon Weezo says, how can Trump fix the economy with all of this evil? The economy is going to do what the economy going to do. The evil going to do what they do. You just got to keep doing what you do. Equal Opportunity Smoke says, I'm 27 today. Happy birthday, big dog. AMP Mechanic, appreciate the free game you give. Joining the Bag Chasers this week. Already got Patreon, giving them to them raw. I think we're going to do the Patreon live stream on, I want to say Thursday, tomorrow. So shout out to all of the Bag Chasers. Lex, please. Lex, please. My girl Lex is cooking. She was on After Hours last night. Y'all go and rewatch that. Good morning. Much gratitude to you, AD, and God bless you. God bless you too, baby girl. God bless you too. Shout out to my Lex. That's my Lex. Without question, AD, HBCU Prove Me Wrong tour. Might have to do it. Might have to do it. What up, Leah? Looking good says, as a former friend of Gen Z HBCU grads, your take on them is spot on. Book smart, but anti-Republican. They're Mark Lamont and Jasmine Crockett clones. Facts. Manny Plays PC says, take it easy on him, Anton. We're going to need that gay vote in a couple of years. That's facts. Hey, you not gay. You just gay adjacent. You know what I'm saying? B. Thomas says, good morning to AD and the Bag Chasers. Shout out to all of the Patreon members. Are y'all not bag chasers yet? If you're not a bag chaser, make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off of life. I'm thinking that I might do a content live stream where I give you all the rules of the game. The game is changing. I need to help y'all to update on how y'all can leverage our platform in order to make more money and get more visibility, but we going to have that conversation later, all right? Y'all ready to get started with the show? We're going to go ahead and start off with what is going on in Dallas, all right? So in Dallas, shooter on the roof, ICE facility, shot 3 people, took themselves out. This is the latest on that.
Some serious news. A Fox News alert reports say 3 people have been critically injured at a Dallas ICE facility after shots rang out this morning.
Police responded to calls around 7 a.m. local time. Agents reportedly approached the suspect, who then apparently shot himself.
Let's go to Griff Jenkins in studio with some of the information that he's learning. Do we have Griff?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Lawrence, Ainsley, and Brian. This is what ICE fears most, and that is an attack on them. Fox can confirm through ICE sources that there was this attack this morning at the Dallas facility. Shots were fired into the sally port of this facility along the freeway there in Dallas, and the ICE confirms that the shooter is down, a self-inflicted wound, and that 3 individuals have been hit. Their condition unknown. We're continuing to try and learn more about this as you look live here and can see the tremendous law enforcement response. But ICE telling me in no clearer way that they call this, quote, a clear attack on ICE. Now, this comes as we have seen a more than 1,000% increase of assaults on ICE officers. And now this morning, tragically, we're learning that this shooter apparently fired indiscriminately into the sally port. Unclear whether ICE officers or detainees or who may have been injured, but at least 3 individuals have been shot. The shooter is down through a self-inflicted wound. We'll bring you more as we get it, guys.
Griff,
somebody said it in the chat, and I'm going to expound on it. Gavin Newsom recently did cosplaying in California and trying to sign legislation to require ICE agents, which, as Tom Homan said yesterday, federal law trumps, no pun intended, federal law trumps local and state law, right? And what ICE agents are facing today is crazy. You should thank your local ICE agent, police officer, HSI, federal officer, so on and so forth, because them enforcing the law in order to ensure that America is safe is now going unheralded. And Gavin Newsom, for example, signs legislation in California that requires, amongst other things, one of the things that it says is that it was requiring ICE agents to basically unmask. Now, the only reason that they are doing that, which obviously, again, is cosplay, because they don't have to do anything, and it's not like they're going to enforce the laws anyway over in California, because they just let criminals run rampant, and I got an example of that later on today. But the reason, the concept behind it, to remove somebody's mask so that they can basically get doxxed, so that their family can be unsafe. And when I first heard about this story earlier this morning, I found it really, really, really weird. Really weird. And the reason why I found it weird is because there's always a lot of copycats when stuff happens on the left. Right now, the intolerant left is basically out of control. I blame everybody. I blame Republicans. I blame Democrats. I blame everybody. Republicans for not nipping this in the bud earlier and making sure that they stamp this out. Democrats for continuing to incite violence against ICE officers, police officers. We even in this country used to honor police officers. We used to honor those that fall. We used to honor and make sure that you hold people accountable. Anything, if you assault a postal worker, anybody that is a part of the federal government, if you do anything against somebody, it's supposed to be severe penalties. If you assault a postal worker, you are supposed to go under the jail. If you put your hands inside of a mailbox with unofficial mail and you post a flyer, they literally can find and arrest you for that. They can find and arrest you for that. Now, we have no respect for anybody that's a part of the federal government, but that's because we've gotten so lax that we've become a nation that amongst individual states champion criminal activity instead of champion the people that's trying to protect those that are the most vulnerable amongst us. Maybe the rapture is coming because bad is good and good is bad. Now we have a situation where we have a copycat shooter, a sniper that is sitting on a roof shooting at ICE agents at ICE facilities, injuring at least 3 people and then take themselves out. We just seen this a couple weeks ago with Charlie Kirk. We literally just seen this a couple weeks ago on the campus over in Utah Valley University. We just seen the same thing. Literally the same thing. The same thing. Just so happened to be a Dallas ICE facility.
Just working back some sources back and forth here. And by the way,
white man loving Anton's, obviously we know that he just created this account, says, you stupid. It's not a white or a black thing. Or I'm sorry, he said it's not a left or right thing. It's a people thing. Maybe the anti-intellectuals were right. That some people just saying stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? It's not a left or right thing, but they firing at an ICE facility? What, you think that just a regular person that don't have some kind of political ideology that's been put into them is shooting at ICE officers at an ICE facility? Okay, I got you.
Information is very fluid, but from what I'm hearing from my sources, this happened as they were unloading some of these detainees when the shots started to ring out. Are you hearing the same thing?
That's exactly right, Lawrence, and that's why I mentioned that sally port. So apparently it occurred when detainees were being brought into this sally port. This shooter, we're not sure exactly where he was located, but was able to shoot into that sally port and struck at least 3 people. That shooter now is down from this self-inflicted wound, so we may not know exactly what his plan was, what they were intending to do, other than to shoot people this morning at an ICE facility. We're learning more as we get it. And particularly, we're interested, obviously, in learning about the conditions of the 3 individuals that were struck this morning.
Yeah, that's I-35. The east side is where you see most of the traffic. People are probably slowing down to watch and see what's going on. Look at all of the police cars. There's so many lights. They go all the way up to the top of, this is the access road in Texas. You have your main highway, and then you always have those access roads that run alongside or parallel to the highway.
Hey, Griff, I also noticed that some people are reporting the sniper was on a rooftop. Have you heard that?
So we don't have that confirmed ourselves, but I'm talking directly to ICE authorities, and we're going to learn more about that. But I did see a local report that there would be a rooftop. And Brian, as you look at both the map on our screen as well as the surrounding area of the law enforcement response, you can see several rooftops. And for anyone that's, been to a facility like this, the sally port is sort of the wide open garage. That's where right. You bring detainees, excuse me, not just in ICE, but in law enforcement, the police station, if you will. There's a place where they bring these people to be processed in. And so if indeed this individual is able to find a rooftop with a direct line of sight into that sally port, that would be tremendously dangerous. But
let me see it from another angle. I want to bring in another another article or another video to make sure that we getting all of the details.
At Parkland Hospital.
And this is still uncovering. Like, this is still something that's ongoing. It literally just happened this morning. So as we get new information, we'll reveal it to you guys, and I'm going to stay on top of it, obviously. So let's head over to live.
What can you tell us from there?
Good morning. There was a massive police presence out here. In fact, we were trying to get over to the scene, but we had to bail off of I-35 just because it was an absolute parking lot. I'm sure Chip's been reporting, and your vantage point may even be better than ours at this point. Empire Central closed at the service road. Again, folks trying to get past this scene on 35. We bailed and came here to Parkland. It is the closest trauma center to this scene, and we can expect that this is where folks will be transported. You can hear probably the sirens behind me. Again, tons of police activity out here as folks race to the scene. As I'm sure Sean just reported, we're talking about 3 people shot who were in ICE custody. A male shooter on the rooftop shot himself when approached by law enforcement. As the rain continues to fall here, I can tell you that very much a fluid situation here, and very much expected that these folks would be brought here to Parkland. We can certainly keep you updated on their condition.
All right, Steve Noviello live there at Parkland. We appreciate that. We also want to check in with David Brown, former police chief in Dallas. He's on the line as well. Former Chief Brown, Sean Rabb mentioned this earlier. I don't know if when you hear this scene or if you've seen any of the coverage here, does this invoke thoughts in your mind of 7/7?
It really does, and thank you guys for having me on. Making sure you can hear me okay.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, it really does bring back those kinds of memories, but you guys are hitting all the right points when you talk about it. It's just such a live situation right now. You really want to eliminate whether there's any other suspects that's part of this attack this morning on the ICE facility, harming 3 people. So that's one of the top priorities for law enforcement right now, to eliminate any possibility that there's others involved.
And I
feel like we would have heard if they thought there was a second one at this point. I mean, Dallas police is now moving to say, hey, we're doing a media staging area. We're going to be giving a news conference in a little bit. I would think if this was still a possible active, like maybe there was a second suspect, they wouldn't already be moving to try to get us in a spot. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that, but at the same time, this investigation is just starting. So there's a lot of work to do to figure out who this guy is, like you guys been mentioning. Where's his vehicle? Today you got to look at people's social media once you identify who they are, to see what kinds of things have they been posting, to try to give you some clues about motive.
Are these some of the things that you can talk about or tell us that are happening behind the scenes that we don't see on screen, without discussing tactics or anything? But what can you tell us about what's happening behind the scenes right now?
Well, behind the scenes, there's a lead agency. So because it's on a federal facility, will the feds take the lead? Will Dallas County take the lead? Or will the Dallas Police Department take the lead? So that's number one, identifying who's the lead. Or it could be a collaborative where they all kind of work together, multi-jurisdictional leads. But that's number one, because then that prompts certain types of things and resources available. Of course, at some point, they'll do a presser. They'll do a press conference or a press statement to make sure the public knows. Like you mentioned, by now you would think downtown's safe or the area's safe, but you do want a statement at least at this point. So that's likely being prepared and hopefully sent out soon, so you guys can get a little bit more information. And finally, the investigation process itself. Even though the suspects apparently killed himself, you still have a full investigation to determine not just motive, but just what happened, why it happened, and what types of things this apparent suspect was planning to do. Was this targeted to these particular individuals that were harmed, or was this kind of a blanket attack? We just don't know a lot at this point, and it's just the beginning of the investigation.
I'm curious.
So I've been telling y'all that since the beginning of time. Listen. I think people need to be doing a more thorough investigation to everybody that is playing a role in their life. I'm going to jump outside of this really quickly before we go over to the next story, because I want to talk about this NBA Youngboy concert getting shut down in Chicago, and then the white man getting beat up at an NBA Youngboy concert over in St. Louis. But I want to say something really quickly, okay? Again, shout out to my dog Slimmy. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to the 2,500 people that's on YouTube that's watching this. I appreciate you. Let me say this, that the fastest way for you to figure out whether or not a person is sane or insane that you don't know is social media. We got to start leveraging these tools to make sense of it. If you start talking to a girl and she seem a little weird, go and look at her social media and try to figure out whether it makes sense for you to even be able to interact with her. Don't just look at her pictures to try to figure out if she a baddie. Look at her, scroll. Do y'all know that they have people that specialize? If you want to make a bag, all right? If you want to make a bag, one of the positions that you can do on the side, part-time, is market yourself as a person that scrubs people's social media to vet them effectively. There is a market. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and then for whatever reason, you know how you be talking to somebody and then next thing you know, you start seeing it pop up on your algorithm when you start being on social media, you start scrolling up a certain platform. That's how we know that it's listening, that's feeding us the content that we're talking about. But I was talking to a friend yesterday, and he was telling me about how he decided that he didn't want to talk to a specific girl. And I'm like, okay, so what was wrong with her? And he said, you know, her social media ain't what it's supposed to be. And I said, what you mean? He said, well, you know, I had my guy go and do an investigation to find out exactly who she is and what's going on. And I said, your guy do an investigation? It's the first time that I had ever heard it before. And he said that he hires and several other people that he knows that have and he got a significant amount of resources, which means that they are less likely to take chances on people that they don't know. They got to know exactly what your history is or exactly what it is that you're putting out on social media and the history of what you do. And most people, they don't go back and erase all of their old stuff and stuff. They just be talking, right? And so what he's doing is there are guys with resources hire investigators or people that specialize in scrubbing and going to find out exactly who you are on social media. They hire people to go and find out who you really are and to put together a summary or red flags of what you've posted online. Listen, don't come to me later saying, oh man, there's people making a bag off of scrubbing people's social media and doing private. Listen, it's a play. Y'all need to go and get that money because it is a huge, and when I say huge, it is a huge opportunity for people that want to do something part-time or start to parlay something part-time into full-time. But there are people that hire people to go and scrub to find out exactly what they're dealing with. And so guys that are of a certain level or want to maintain a certain level of privacy or want to find out whether or not a chick is going to finesse them or, you know, don't want a chick that's stealing from them or a chick that's looking to use them for his money. One of the things that they do is they hire somebody to go and look at her social media on all platforms and scrub and find out exactly who she is. Jobs. Listen, y'all only looking at it from one lens. Organizations are going through, and it is a economy or a business that has not been capitalized off of. If I had the time to do it, I would do it myself. I got so many ideas. I'd never be broke. I'll never be broke. If I had the time, I would do so myself. There are organizations, you can market yourself to somebody that they don't even know that they need it yet. There's organizations that need people to go and scrub people's social media to find out whether or not that's the person that they should hire, if it's going to be a cultural fit, if they're going to be problematic, or if they need to be excluded from the interview process after they interview. Hey, shout out to the I'm gonna read super chats now. Shout out to people that are so, you gotta be a different type of person. You gotta be a different type of person to be so obsessed with somebody as a grown man that you go and create multiple different accounts after you get banned and still be able to talk back and forth with me to try to get my attention. And that's not just for me, that's anybody. I didn't even know that I was this important. I mean, I know I got 1.6 million subscribers across 4 different platforms, but I didn't know I was important enough for people to be going and creating duplicate accounts to try to get my attention so that they can say whatever it is. Like, think about the amount of time that it takes to go and create a new YouTube account. Then you got to come in and type, then you got to subscribe, and then you type one paragraph, and then you get banned, and then it's removed, and nobody remembers you. Do you know the type of do you know the type of loser you have to be to go and create a brand new YouTube account after you get banned the first 3 times to try to get somebody's attention only to get banned again? You know what type of loser you have to be? You know how the type of time that you have to have on your hands to do something like that? That's crazy. I don't even look at myself as that important. I don't even take myself serious half the time. I be saying stuff like, boy, you crazy. You just crazy. And there are people, they're Tylenol, baby. I heard Trump told the women to tough it out. Hey, tough it out so your child don't have autism. It may be real. I meant to add that I'm going to add that in the show tomorrow. Slimmy, you going to like that subject. I meant to add that in the show yesterday. Trump was telling the chicks, hey, don't be taking that Tylenol. Don't do that amphetamine or whatever it is, because that's why your kid be looking stupid in the classroom and can't pay attention. I don't even look at myself as that important. Y'all do, dog. That's why I'm telling you, that's why I see the ladies. I know the ladies. Listen, ladies, I ain't even gonna cap. I feel y'all pain. Imagine running into a dude and you saying, oh, he's a nice guy. And then you figure out that he got 7 accounts that he want to try to communicate with Anton Daniels for. How would you feel if you're a woman? If you're a woman and you start to date a guy and then you find out that he's typing hard on my chat and he got 7 different accounts just in case he get banned by the first 6. What would you think? Serial killer, right? Serial killer. I would think serial killer immediately. Serial killer. Let me read some of these super chats and then we're going to move on with the show. Christopher Evans says, good morning, Anton. I'm going to be a bag chaser starting next month once I learn Patreon. I need more game on investments and credit building. Shout out to Christopher Evans. I'm looking forward to kicking it with you, my friend, on Patreon. Eddie Moda says, good morning, AD. What software do you use to stream? Now, I use multiple different platforms and different software to do different things. But that's going to be a part of the content live stream that I do on Patreon. And you can go and join that. And I'll have you to know that it is very valuable information. $1.99 ain't going to get that one. Tanea Davis. What up, Tanea? I appreciate you for the super chat that you gave last night. Says, good morning, AD and Bag Chasers. Finally able to hop on the live after a meeting, showing love. Also, do you have coaching availability soon? I'm working on it. I'm gonna start it in I think the middle of October. Yeah, the middle of October. My dog, Elevate to the Unknown, is in the building. Says, I'm back, Anton. YouTube locked me out for a bit. They're cracking down on content about money and jobs without FTC disclaimers. Lesson learned, I've launched another channel too. Shout out to Elevate to the Unknown. I didn't know that. They cracking down on that type of thing? I ain't had no problems. I ain't had no problems whatsoever. Me and YouTube are friends. We are besties. That's my buddies. That's besties. I was talking to my YouTube rep the other day. I said, we're besties. I love you guys. They said, we love you too, Anton. I said, okay, let's continue to stay friends. Let's play friends forever. Friends forever. Neanderthal behavior, says Slimmy. Neanderthal behavior. Stalking content creators on several YouTube accounts. You melanin deficient, calcified devil. Oh man. Shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson. Funniest person that I be seeing on the internet. Slimmy, you a mess, bro. Shout out to my dog Slimmy. All right, y'all. Y'all ready to continue on with the show? All right. So we got to head over to St. Louis and Chicago. I'm learning so much about so many other cities. I'm learning so much about so many other cities. Look at this good, innocent white man. Slimmy, this is not a calcified devil right here. This is a man. Have y'all ever been to a stadium? Like, to a game or to a concert? Often the people that work at the concerts is the same people that work at the games, is the same people that work at sporting events. I had went to a Clarissa Shields fight, and I had seen some of the same people that was working the Pistons games. And some of the same people that was over doing the baseball games was the same people that was doing the Pistons games, right? And so, they do different events and all of this. And this wholesome white man that was doing this late night event, he didn't know what he was getting himself into. He didn't know what he was getting himself into. Listen, well, I'm going to let you see it for yourself, and then we'll go from there.
I think that people should be able to go to T-Mobile or any other venue in the city, purchase a ticket, and enjoy their show. And it should not be interrupted by people who misbehave.
The T-Mobile Center employee on the receive.
It's hard, y'all. It's hard for me to defend this type of behavior. I had a black person tell me the other day that this is the way that they taught us to be. Bruh, it's hard. It's hard how the tables have flipped upside down. How the tables have flipped upside down. It's hard. It's hard for me to defend this. I can't defend it. I can't defend it. You can't tell me or sell me on the idea that somehow, some way, this 66-year-old white man who got hands and paws and feet and got basically monkey pounded into the concrete in the seat at a St. Louis concert, just so happened to be an NBA Youngboy concert. You cannot tell me that he deserved this. What is it that this white man said to this black man that would cause for him to put so many, what is going on here? What is going on here? What's going on here? Got a camera malfunction? Okay, we're going to fix that.
Receiving end of a brutal attack at T-Mobile Center at a concert Sunday shares his story with Fox 4 now. Kansas City police arrested a teenager for beating up a 66-year-old guest services employee.
But that teen has since been released during the police investigation. Fox 4's Malik Jackson live in downtown Kansas City outside T-Mobile Center where this all went down. Now, Malik, how's that employee doing? He says his injuries are both physical and psychological.
You said this is not St. Louis? Well, where is it at then? Is this somewhere else? Is this not St. Louis? Oh, that was Kansas City. Oh, that was Kansas City. I'm sorry. Kansas City. I apologize to St. Louis. I apologize to St. Louis. And we bring in Kansas City to the front of the congregation. I apologize to St. Louis. You deserve better. I bring myself forward and I offer myself as tribute. Let me slap my own hand real quickly. I apologize.
Logical?
He does. Thomas Langley, a 17-year veteran guest services employee right here at the T-Mobile Center, but he still thinks it's important to share his story, and he's doing so first right here on Fox 4. We want to warn you that this video is hard to watch.
I mean, it is serious.
Now look, check this out. Look at the picture. It's a lot of things going on right here, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing that I see is a petrified white man. He probably ain't never been more scared in his life than right there at an NBA Youngboy concert. He didn't understand a language that was what was being communicated on stage. He didn't know his left from his right. I see a petrified 66-year-old man with his reading glasses on. All he was doing was just standing in the aisle asking people could they do go left or go right. That's what I see. You know what else I see? I see phones and devices like the one that's up in the upper right-hand corner. I see phones and devices. Somebody said, why was he even there? Because he works there. That's usually what people do, is that when they work for somebody, they actually show up to work. I see phones. So I see a lot of people that are recording. Nobody's helping. Nobody is saying, stop, Glocktavius. Glocktavius. Please don't do it. We see you with the baby dreads on. You starting to grow yours out. We see you with the NBA Youngboy merch on. You pick that up. Stop, Glocktavius. Don't put your hands on an older gentleman. We don't see none of that. We seen people be able to, you know what? I got to capture this first. I'm going to put it on the internet first. Thank you for accepting my apology, Brownie Williams.
That I went down and had blows to.
Look at them. They all just looking and watching as the matted afro / dreads goes bananas.
That is 66-year-old Thomas Langley describing the moments he's thrown on his back and repeatedly punched over and over again. And the only thing on his mind?
Just getting him off me. Because he was so enraged, so we were in essence trying to protect the fans.
This all happening Sunday at the NBA Youngboy concert. The teen was arrested but since released to his parents pending the completion of the investigation.
Released as he cocks back his elbow to try to inflict the most pain on this old snow hare that have probably lived through wars, violence, layoffs, recessions, right? He lived through Y2K. He made it through 2008 recession, the dot-com bubble bursting, raises children, looking to make a couple extra dollars in his retirement. And you got one said YN named Glocktavius, who was at an NBA Youngboy concert, got his dreads going, was listening to NBA Youngboy, and he has his arm cocked back like this to take out this older gentleman and inflict maximum pressure. He wants to give him CTE. Boom, 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 boom. Released to his parents, pending an investigation, as though we don't have social media and we not watching it in real time right here. And his parents, who we can probably figure out exactly. I don't know if it was parents or parent. Probably lived with his grandmother. Mother was probably in a different section, busting it down for a real one. This shouldn't happen to anybody's grandfather. Paul, I don't deserve this. I don't think that Paul deserved this.
He was asked to move to another place because his ticket wasn't where he was sitting.
and immediately he just completely lost it.
Pastor Robert
I'm
McDaniel.
pretty sure this old snow here says, "Excuse me, Mr. Tavius. You're in the wrong seat. Is it okay if I get permission to ask you to move to a different seat, because this other gentleman, Tavius Glock, would like to actually sit in their seat that they paid for so that they can enjoy the concert." And he said, "Ah!" And he turned into the Hulk. And as he continued to have this conversation with Mr. Tavius, he put on a Hulk Buster suit and proceeded to whoop ass.
It was at the concert. He witnessed this, and this is his video. We asked why he thought taking the video and sharing it is important. He says so as to illuminate what's going on.
But there's something going on in his heart that he needs to be fixed. And what that is his emotions. He needs to learn how to operate and work through and process through his emotions.
Black people are the only group of people, and serial killers and snipers that shoot people from roofs, are the only people that when they mollywop somebody's that we have to figure out how to work through their emotions. No. We don't need to lock him up. We don't need to hold him accountable. He needs therapy. He needs therapy. Therapeutic responses is the only thing necessary for this young man. You know, it's what's in his heart. He's turned away from God, and that's the reason why he decided to put his hands and his feet on this 66-year-old man. I get it. I get it.
Did you ever think in your entire life, or at least the last 17 years where you've worked as an employee with the guest services at T-Mobile, did you ever think that you would be in a situation where you were so desperate, feeling as though you're fighting for your life?
No. The message is, as young adults or people growing into adulthood, we need to learn how to control our anger.
This will one day be some young lady's boyfriend. I love you, Glocktavius. Shut up, chick. Imagine your daughter bring home Mr. Tavius and say, "Dad, I would like you to meet Mr. Tavius." Well, where'd you meet him at? The NBA Youngboy concert? Okay, I see you. Imagine somebody's daughter is going. Somebody's daughter is going to be his baby mama.
The mayor is also weighing in a statement. His office says that the mayor condemns violence in all forms, including in our entertainment spaces, concerts, sporting events, and community gatherings. They should be safe places of joy and connection, not fear or harm. As for Slangy, he will be meeting with KCPD on Friday. And another note about the person that was performing here at the T-Mobile Center, NBA Youngboy. Well, he had a concert slated for tomorrow at the United Center in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Well, let's have a conversation about that while we're at it. Huh? Let's have a conversation about that while we're at it. So he wind up having to cancel his concert in Chicago, and we had this conversation yesterday. Let me get some more information on that. Chicago. Matter of fact, let's just go straight to his mother. This is what his mother said.
Sure. Hey, y'all. Today I'm going to talk about the Chicago show. I know a lot of people, they upset because Chicago show was canceled.
Be sure to like, comment.
My baby love his fans. He was so ready to come out there and do his little dance or whatever. He was ready. It was y'all city. It was, I think it was like y'all, what it is, governor, mayor, whatever y'all have, whatever. It was them. It was the United Center, whatever. They canceled it. But it wasn't canceled, you know, to hurt y'all. It was canceled to to protect y'all. Kentrell is not coming to nobody's city to start mess or be mean or be messy. He's coming to y'all city, have fun. Y'all gonna listen to the music. Y'all gonna turn up. Y'all gonna have fun. He's up on a
I see y'all comments in the chat. I'm not doing it today. Let me tell you something. I see y'all comments. Those are your comments. I refuse to say anything about Mr. Youngboy's mother. All right? One thing, listen, I know my place. I know my place. I'm not saying anything about Mr. Youngboy's mother. The leader of the YNs, you see what happened to that 66-year-old man? I'm not ready for that type of smoke. I don't want that type of. I pick and choose my battles carefully. I pick and choose my battles carefully. I see you. I hear you. This is how you de-escalate. I'm going to teach y'all de-escalation tactics. I see you. I hear you. I understand you. I acknowledge what it is that you're saying. And I would like to go and sit on that and process it. Listen, I see you. I hear you. And I'm still processing. See how they teaching me? I'm learning. I'm adjusting. You're not going to get me to say anything. Hi, Mrs. Youngboy or Miss Youngboy. I'm not really sure. Whichever you deem appropriate. Hello, Miss Youngboy. I like your teeth and I like your jewelry and nice shoulders. And it looks like you got your hair done. And thank you for allowing for me to play a video with you on it, speaking specifically about why the Chicago concert was not safe and that you guys had to cancel an event at the United Center. Thank you, ma'am.
So, but what's going down in the audience really don't have nothing, to do with him. So they protecting y'all from people that might want to come there and start mess. Because a concert is not just about music and having fun. It's about music, having fun, seeing your favorite artists, and going home safe to your parents. It's about going home safe. It's about going home.
And nice nails, Miss Youngboy. I like the claws.
And saying how much fun you had. It's not about going home and saying, oh, they were shooting or fighting in the audience. Y'all getting ran over and trampled over.
Rant over and trampled over. I agree. No. I'm 100%. Listen, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. When people say things, they mean it. And thank you for giving us some insight.
You know what I'm saying? It's about keeping y'all safe. So don't ever think that.
Somebody said, I'm lost. Who is this? For those of you that just came in at an NBA Youngboy concert in Kansas City, it was a 66-year-old man that got mollywopped. He was released to his parents, and the 17-year-old that beat the dog stank out of him. He's not been in charge, but they're going to figure it out and they're going to investigate it. And so NBA Youngboy concert was canceled in Chicago, leader of the YNs. This is his mother expressing concern and also letting people know why he won't be appearing in Chicago and that you guys can get a refund from Ticketmaster.
We don't love Chicago fans. Don't ever think that y'all Chicago fans don't matter to my child, because all fans matter. We love everybody. If you from anywhere and you want love from me, you want love from my children, you gonna get it. You see what I'm saying? So it's nothing about nobody wanted to come there and none of that. They canceled it for the safety of the people that really wanted to attend, to keep y'all safe from the ones that don't know how to act.
That, what was said right there, that. Thank you, Mrs. Youngboy or Miss Youngboy. I appreciate you for your insight and information on why we should not expect NBA Youngboy to be in concert in Chicago. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe. I'm much more mature gentleman in my older age than I were a few years ago. Make sure you guys make sure you guys hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe for the channel, and turn on your notification. Let me read some of these super chats and then we'll go from there. Shout out to Eddie Motor says, hey, yo, my $1.99 ain't no good. Why isn't your $1.99 no good? Listen, it's not good enough for me to give you all of my ancient Chinese secrets on how I go about putting together some of these great shows for y'all. Miss Sanchez! Hey, Miss Sanchez. I like that compliment you gave me last night. You know what I'm saying? You said, Anton, I like you without your glasses. I said, thank you, Miss Sanchez. That's my girl. Shout out to Miss Sanchez. George Everett says, Gloctavius is crazy, bro. Listen, I don't name him. I just look at him. Turbulent inflation. What's going on? Turbulent inflation says not one person in that row had any intention to help that old man getting beat up. Facts. That's a fact. That's a whole fact, not a half fact, whole fact. Too much tolerance for YN moments. I agree, Turtle. Thank you, Turtle. Manny says, you thought it, we said it. I didn't think anything. I don't think anything. I just take it at face value. 392Q says, next Patreon video need to be how to de-escalate situations. Jerry says, AD calling her Miss Youngboy is taking me out. I show respect to everybody. I show respect to everybody. Ted Marley says it was a post that went viral that says, I'm glad they canceled it because I didn't feel like getting out of my bed to shoot it up. They was already, I had been seeing videos of people saying, yeah, man, because if you play this song, we crashing out. We're going to crash out. We got to, listen, we may not be able to get it inside of the venue, but we definitely going to be having it in the car. And so we got the homies. I seen some of this. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Like we gonna have the homies on deck, on standby, and we ready to shoot that whole thing up if you play this song, because we don't play about Dirk, we don't play about O Block, we don't play about none of that. Not over here in Shy. You know what I'm saying, Cheshire? You know what I'm saying, baby girl? Dean Murray in the building. Dean says, can you do the de-escalation one more time? I didn't get the chance. No, I'm not doing it. You agree with his mom? I certainly agree, P. Shank. I didn't see anything that his mother said that was wrong. I agree 100%. Nichelle says, riveting take on the Chicago show cancellation. Miss Youngboy, if I do say so myself. Y'all didn't see how he threatened that young man? Did y'all see how Mr. Youngboy to you? Let me show you. Because apparently y'all not aware of what goes on at these places. Y'all not aware. What the fuck wrong with y'all? I ain't laughing with you. I ain't happy about it. This ain't that type of show. Hold on, let me pull it up. Y'all ain't never seen a person look you in your eye that got 40,000 YNs talking to you a certain type of way.
I'm saying, what the fuck wrong with y'all? I ain't laughing with you. I ain't happy about it. This ain't that type of show. You too pretty for that. We ain't gonna do that. Hey, you do it again, you gonna get your face broken, this bitch, little boy. Do it one more time. I saw you. Hey, we gonna try it again. Say, shawty, man, I ain't gotta fight, man. Hey, don't do it no more, little boy, I'm telling you. Hey, come on, turn me up, go to the next song, my dog.
I don't know what the verbiage is. I know that they said something like, tell you again, I saw you. This ain't that type of show. Something to the along the lines of such things. And Made me straighten up. I was looking at it on social media and I straightened up. I was looking at it on social media and I buttoned my shirt up all the way to the top. Start putting my shirt down, making sure that my cuff links is right. Tuck my watch in, put my chain on. Okay, I get it. I heard you. I hear you. Absolutely, sir. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Listen. I'm chilling. I'm slow motion. I ain't even outside like that no more. I can't go through the certain entrance. I don't want to go. DJ Ace Production says, protect them cheering. Shout out to my dog, DJ Ace Productions. 5 Brown says, my parents would have made me sit in jail at least a week to teach me a lesson. Laws are too weak today, and so are the parents. Shout out to my dog, 5 Brown. Self-preservation is key. Self-preservation is key. All right. While we in Chicago, we might as well stay here for a second and see what's going on. Chi-Town. I heard a 17-year-old girl recently just got shot over in Chi-Town. I haven't even seen this, and I'm reviewing it for the first time with you guys. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications. Let's spend a couple minutes on this.
Breaking overnight, a 17-year-old shot during a fight in the Loop. Police say she's expected to be okay, but they're speaking to a person of interest right now. Our Darius Johnson live at Northwestern Memorial, where the teen was taken to be treated. Darius, good morning.
Darius, all right, y'all. So let me preface this because we are always familiar with all of the Chicago reporters and street people, because you know what I'm saying, we review them so much. Darius, hey, y'all leave Darius alone. All right. Darius is out here doing his job. He ain't asked for what y'all about to say. I know who y'all are. Y'all gonna have to act like y'all got some sense. All right. Darius, do your thing, big dog.
Hey there, ladies. Good morning to the both of you. Witnesses at the scene say this may have involved a security guard outside the Jewel, and all of this happening in the same spot where residents in the South Loop say it is troublesome. They've been saying that for years. Now, take a listen at what we heard over.
Y'all a mess. Y'all are a mess inside of this chat. Y'all a mess. Y'all ain't right. Y'all not right. You're not right. Stop. I'm trying to change my ways, and y'all are the worst. Y'all the worst. I think I done conditioned y'all wrong. I'm gonna have to hit the reset button on the chat.
Police radio.
Okay, we're getting a call for that Jewel saying that security guard just shot a female that's a minor and she's not breathing.
10:30 last night outside Jewel at Roosevelt and Wabash, Chicago police blocked off the entrance with crime scene tape with blood visible on the ground. Witnesses told police an altercation between the 17-year-old girl and a security guard turned physical. Then it's believed the security guard pulled out a gun and shot her in the thigh. That teen was treated at the scene by Chicago Fire before she was taken to Northwestern Memorial in good condition, so she's expected to be okay. On the ground, we noticed an opened bottle of orange juice left behind. It's unclear how it's connected to this scene. Now, this area has really been the focus of safety concerns over the last couple of years. In the last year, neighbors in this area raised alarms about loitering and harassment at this exact same intersection, where a red line is also there as well. Now, in the last month, we also told you about the county's plan to open a sheriff's substation right there in the South Loop at the corner of Roosevelt and State. Despite promises to open in June, that substation remains empty months later. Now back out here live this morning, as I mentioned, that girl who is currently being treated here at Northwestern Memorial is expected to be okay. And right now we are working with police to confirm if it was a security guard that is involved in all of this. The only thing that they tell us at this time is that they are speaking with a person of interest at this time. We're live at Northwestern Memorial Hospital this morning.
Thank you, Darius. We appreciate you. We're going to get this from a different perspective and a different view. This is also over in Chicago reporting because we want to make sure that we cover this in its entirety.
Also keeping an eye on breaking news here at home. A 17-year-old girl was shot during a fight in the South Loop.
This video right here from the Citizen app showing the police response there outside the grocery store. Police say that teen is expected to recover and that they are speaking to a person of interest at this hour. Our Darius Johnson live at the Jewel right there in Wabash and Ray.
Darius again? I thought that Darius was done with this. Come on, Darius. They got you outside all night and in the daytime?
Off where that Roosevelt, where that shooting, concerned about violence.
Hey there, ladies. Good morning to the both of you. One thing that we have learned is that witnesses told police at the scene last night that all of this may have involved a security guard when it happened right in front of the Jewel, right there in the parking lot. Now, we know for years that many of these South Loop residents have really been speaking out, calling this area troublesome. Many people say that they avoid going to this Jewel. They say they even avoid going to the Red Line stop right there along Roosevelt as well. And some of the residents I spoke to this morning are kind of split. While some of them say they're surprised, the other half say they are not. Take a look at some of the video that we gathered late last night. Now, this all happened just after 10:30 outside Jewel at Roosevelt and Wabash. You can see Chicago police blocked off the entrance with crime scene tape with blood visible on the ground. Witnesses told police that an altercation between a 17-year-old and a security guard turned physical. Then it's believed that that guard pulled out a gun and shot her in the thigh. The teen was treated at the scene by Chicago Fire before she was taken to Northwestern Memorial, where she is expected to be okay. On the ground, we noticed an open bottle of orange juice left behind. It's unclear exactly how this is connected. In the last hour, we had a chance to speak to one South Loop resident who did not want to be identified on camera. Here's what he had to say about the neighborhood.
It's family friendly, but some of the stuff you see, you don't want your kids to see or be involved into. I mean,
so if some of the stuff that you see, you don't want your kids to see or be involved in, would you then designate that as family friendly? Just a general question. If some of the things that you see, let's say, for example, break-ins, or if it's a dope fiend that's scratching themselves as they walk up the street, or let's say there's some chicks that's selling themselves and busting it down for a real one. Or if it's a drug dealer that's on the street distributing narcotics and methamphetamines to the local community, would you then designate it as family friendly, or would you say that we actually need the National Guard to come into Chicago?
I mean, it's a beautiful neighborhood. Like, South Loop's a real family orientated, but it's crazy how all the stuff, all the crime and stuff is coming down here, but it is what it is.
Now, this area has really been a focus of safety concerns. And
I wonder if it's so safe and it's so family friendly, why is he choosing not to be on camera? Why are they showing his Adidas?
Past, as I mentioned, in the last year, neighbors really raised alarms about loitering and harassment at this exact same intersection. And in the last month, right there along Roosevelt and State, the county had a plan to open a sheriff's substation right there in the South Loop.
We got it. It's a lot happening over in Chicago right now. I get so many different videos and so many different articles on a regular basis of things that is happening, and it's always only happening with one demographic. Every time. It's only happening with one demographic. Every single time. And I ain't just talking about shootings or any of that type of stuff. I'm talking about across the board. I just got a video of a person that's saying that they shutting down their store and their boutique because they can't stop the burglaries and the people from coming in and tearing it up. And so they decided to shut their small business down, and they're no longer going to be doing business inside of Chicago. And I thought that Chicago was a place that was ripe for small businesses. At least that's what the mayor says.
An NBC5 News exclusive. We first brought you this story of a small family-owned business battling break-ins in Chicago's Fulton Market neighborhood in February of 2024. But despite community support and even a plea for the burglars to stop, the break-ins continued, ultimately forcing the owners to make the tough decision to close. NBC5's Courtney Sisk with the story you will only see here on NBC5. In February 2024, the pop-up store was broken into twice in 10 days at its Fulton Market location, despite owner Kevin Wood's message to burglars, letting them know their actions hurt local families.
It impacts a lot of people. It's hard for us to operate when things are stolen.
A year and a half later.
What? Black people stealing from black people? That's crazy. Him pleading and trying to negotiate with the burglars that repeatedly burglarize him and that the police haven't caught. What? You telling me that thoughtful negotiations, which I played a video yesterday of the people in the community saying, oh no, we need to defund the police and have more community organizers and allocate that money, $300 million to go over to that. You mean to tell me they didn't listen to you? What?
The shop is in a new spot in Bucktown, but the burglars would follow it there too.
Several hundred products, damaged furniture, collectible items, so it's pretty tough.
Surveillance video shows the burglars just after 4:30 a.m. using a sledgehammer to break down double-pane glass and take rackfuls of products for several minutes.
We put in 5.
Wasn't no police officers that stopped them? Dang.
Security shutters, 2 metal grates. We spent over $15,000 in security.
The cost of the loss, hard to calculate, but in the tens of thousands of dollars. Wood said it's part of the difficult reality of having curated high-value merchandise as a small business in Chicago.
We call it the Chicago City Tax. You know,
what does that mean?
That means if you have good stuff, it's going to get taken or stolen.
Now, maybe I'm off. I got a comment on one of my videos yesterday and it said, Anton, stop talking about Chicago now. So why? Why do I got to stop talking about Chicago? Why y'all not telling somebody else to stop stealing in Chicago? I would like to talk about how great Chicago is. I would like to talk about how awesome Chicago is. Why do I have to stop talking about Chicago? I'm not the one that broke into their stuff. I didn't do it. Why I got to stop highlighting all of the small business owners and the young men that is curating and spending tens of thousands of dollars to make sure that their place is safe, and then somebody just takes it in 20 minutes with no police, no National Guard, no community organizers like our Mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. He my mayor now. That's my guy. Shout out to Mayor Johnson. High five to Mayor Johnson and the Archdiocese. Maybe you can get somebody to pray for you. It's not the criminalization of black people. It's Trump's fault. Trump did this. It's not the criminalization. We're tired. We're tired here in Chicago. Black people need more. The underserved community needs more. They need more than cuffs and police officers. And we're investing in the city. We're spending so much money on community organizations and all of these different people. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And I don't know what you think that trampling on our civil liberties are going to do for Chicagoans. We stand strong. Right after that, the Chicago Bears was like, all right, you know what? We're going to go ahead and head on out to the suburbs. We're not going to stay in the city. We're on out of here. We're going to have a good time. Right away. Hey, I heard that I heard that y'all sports teams decided that they're not going to stay in the city. Is that true? Is that true? They said they didn't even want to be bothered. So what y'all got left? The Bulls?
According to Chicago police data, there have been more than 4,000 burglaries so far in 2025. But
4,000? 4,000 burglaries in 2025?
Time for the pop-up. It caused an end of an era for Woods and his staff. The store will permanently close by October.
Baseball, 3 strikes, you're out, I guess. I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's like, look, it's not working, you know, having a brick and mortar.
For Woods, the hardest part of the decision is for his young employees who found inspiration working there.
My greatest friends have been met through the shop. One of my fondest memories has been a part of it. Rafael Runes has been working there since he was 17 years old.
Kevin's given so many people great opportunities to do our thing here. It's a magical place, you know.
As the pop-up closes this chapter, Woods leaves behind this message for other small businesses trying to make it in Chicago.
There's power in numbers, so continue to communicate with each other.
Courtney Sisk, NBC5 News.
That's so sad. It's so, look, do you see how they spray painted his building? Do you see how they spray painted it over there? They don't really care about this young man. Nobody cares about this young man. And then you got a mother. Their family is demanding justice. I'm not playing this again. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
What they're calling on is for the Cook County State's Attorney's Office to look at this case yet again. And we'll get to what the state's attorney is saying about this. But Romika Blackman, she just said goodbye to her 6-year-old son. She gave him a kiss and told him to have a great day in first grade. Moments later, she was shot 3 times. One of those bullets hit her in the face. Blackman worked 2 jobs and was in school to be an RN. Now her family is asking, why is the woman who pulled the trigger still free?
Person with a gun, 2200 South State. You got a female black complexion, green tracksuit, has a gun, fighting with another female black, dark complexion.
So let's walk through this together. Police scanner audio reveals that a fight broke out, followed by reports of a woman seen with a gun. The incident happened after 9 in the morning on September 8th at Cermak and State. 31-year-old Romika Blackman got into a physical altercation with another woman. Both of them share a child with the same man. He was also...
Oh, the plot thickens. Okay, all right. So both of them share a child with the same man. Damn, and y'all ain't learned? Y'all ain't learned yet? Y'all ain't learned yet? Okay. All right. So y'all got a child with the same man. Y'all got into it with each other, and it was click, clack, bang, bang. Bang, bang to the boogie, to the boogie, to the boogity beat. Okay.
So present at that scene, the other woman pulled out a gun and shot Blackman, then admitted to it in a video recorded at the scene and widely shared on social media. Before the shooting, Blackman dropped off her son just steps away from a South Loop school. Her final social media post was a photo that you see right there of a handwritten note that she packed in his lunchbox. He turned 7 years old in a few days. Instead of party planning, his grandmother is trying to figure out how to explain that his mother won't be there to celebrate.
I want to know why do he
got the young YN dreads? Let's continue.
How did she just walk away? How? When they told you that he had her in the headlock, how did he even walk away? Why did they was so easy to walk away?
So the man was there too?
They tell me, look at the video, they bumping fences. I don't know about any of that because I really can't even focus.
So just to clear this up so it makes even more sense, that woman that she's talking about filed protective orders against Blackman dating back to December of last year and as recently as this summer. The family believes it was all done to create a paper trail against Blackman. In the video, the shooter did say she had a concealed to carry license. She was taken into custody by police but later released. As for Blackman, her family says she was unarmed and there was no reason for her to be shot.
You had an opportunity to walk away, to call the police, to turn around and get in your car and drive off. You did none of the above.
And of course, we did reach out to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office on this to get the status of the case, and this is their statement. After an initial review of the evidence presented by police, there's insufficient information to make a charging decision at this time. We will continue working with the Chicago Police Department as the investigation proceeds and remain committed to pursuing justice for everyone in our communities. The family is also questioning how the case was handled from the very beginning. When you look at that video that was posted on social media, it actually took witnesses to tell police who the shooter was in this case.
It's unfortunate because the person that's going to suffer the most is the child. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read some of these super chats. It's very sad. It's a lot happening in Chicago. Y'all should be very careful as y'all move throughout the city. Missed a lot in the building, says Anton. You don't speak Guyanese? No, man. I don't. I'm a citizen, and I'm focused on getting to the bag, man. Christopher Evans says, threats while on stage and a shot, that's a bad idea. Facts. Manny Plays PC says, nah. Don't blame us. You were laughing long before you looked at the chat. No, I wasn't. Lex, please, says 45 minutes and a 379 calories later. You are truly entertaining, and shout out to the chat. Lex, you already look stressed. I had to go back and check out Lex. I said, oh, wait a minute. Why don't you come on the stream tonight? 392Q says, period. The male version of period. Deriod? Jesus. Storytime Reading and Wine says, man, every Darius I know here in Chicago is sassy. High Tolerance. What up to High Tolerance? Appreciate you for the 50 ball. Says, salute AD in the bag chasers. If Darius had eyes and ears on the chat, y'all hear him channeling his inner Little Richard. Shut up. Thank you for contributing into the platform. I appreciate you, High Tolerance. But hold on. Somebody asked me in the chat. Who was that asked me in the chat? Thank you, High Tolerance. I appreciate you. Who was that asked me in the chat if Los Angeles or California was worse than Chicago? Who was that asked me that in the chat? Didn't somebody say that in the chat? If Los Angeles or Oakland or California is worse than Chicago? Who was that said that in the chat? Somebody said that in the chat. You did, Moses King? All right, well. Let me go and see. Let's see. Let's talk about it.
And we have dramatic new video of a takeover robbery at a high-end San Ramon shopping center. It ended when the suspects shot their way out of that jewelry store.
NBC Bear's Jody Hernandez spoke with police about how they managed to track down those thieves.
San Ramon police released several new videos of that terrifying takeover robbery. They say the Dublin Police Department gave them a heads up that a robbery crew out of Oakland was in the area. So they immediately deployed their drone to the shopping center. And they say, of course, the store's surveillance cameras also captured the robbers in action.
This is the moment more than 20 masked and hooded people stormed into Heller Jewelers in broad daylight Monday.
Y'all tired yet or no? That's all I'm asking. Are y'all tired yet or no? Just give me some insight. Are y'all tired yet or no? Jesus Christ.
Some of them armed with guns, others with crowbars. Police say the mob then helped themselves to $1 million worth of fine jewelry.
When they went in, they basically took over the store. They went to all the jewelry display cases and began just smashing the display cases at will, using the crowbars and the pickaxes, and basically taking whatever jewelry was available.
When the store door closed behind them, police say it automatically locked, trapping the group inside. A witness captured the robbers firing shots to escape.
It was a very dangerous situation. They did fire multiple rounds through the door, which caused the door to shatter, and they were able to then push the glass out and exit.
Y'all are on the loose. Y'all are on the loose, bro. Y'all are crazy and y'all are on the loose. Y'all don't have no kind of limit to the things that you would do or get yourself into. This is animalistic at best. Animalistic at best. Look at the cars that they got waiting for them inside of the parking lot. All of the doors are open on the cars. Every single person that was in the vehicle, even the drivers, was getting in on the goods. They was in there, all for self, all for one and one for all. What is happening? It's almost like a widespread. Y'all ever seen the zombie apocalypse movies? I want to watch a zombie apocalypse movie tonight. Have y'all ever seen any of these zombie apocalypse movies and seeing what's happening out here in these streets? It's almost like the zombie apocalypse or some kind of infection that's making y'all go crazy. And all of them is stolies. Every last one of them cars is a stoley. Could be carjacked, could be stolen off the lot, could be anything. Every last car out there is a stoley. Jesus.
Drone footage captured the suspects getting into their cars and speeding away. Police say choppers followed them. Officers arrested 3 men and a 17-year-old on International Boulevard in Oakland.
A 17-year-old. Trump said we need to lower the age in which we're charging these people as adults, and everybody was appalled. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I don't know, he did not say that. No way, Trump just said that these young dudes that are out here shooting guns and robbing jewelry stores and doing the worst of the community should be charged. We should not have to lower it. I can't believe it. Oh my God. Maybe Biden was right. Maybe Biden was right. Anton, what was Biden right about? The crime bill. The 94 crime bill. Let me look at this crime bill. What exactly was in this crime bill? Because I know everybody say, yeah, man, and this was the bill that got everybody locked up. Some of y'all need to be locked up. Some of y'all need to be locked up, bro. In 1994, crime bill, formerly known as the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act, was the largest crime legislation in U.S. history. Signed into law by President Bill Clinton, the bill authorized $30 billion for federal and local law enforcement over 6 years. While it passed with bipartisan support, the law is now viewed as controversy for exacerbating mass incarceration and racial disparities in the criminal justice system. Okay, so here's my thing. Here's my question. All right. Because now I'm rethinking some things. Here's my question. Was the 94 crime bill that was signed into law with bipartisan support by senators and congressmen alike, was the 94 crime bill bad or good? We got to ask ourselves a question. As we see lawlessness and Democrats are denying federal support, and obviously we know systematically that everything is overcorrected for, meaning that if your kid gets caught doing something that they're not supposed to do, they get off with a slap on the wrist because everybody want to make sure that you're not 94 crime billing them. They killing people, they taking lives. Judges just letting them out. They beating up people at NBA Youngboy concerts over in Kansas City. Is it good or was it bad? A part of the crime bill was hiring 100,000 new police officers to patrol neighborhoods. Prison funding directed $9.7 billion to state to expand, build and expand correctional facilities. Stricter sentencing and penalties. The 3 strikes law mandated life in imprisonment for a person convicted of a serious felony with 2 prior felony convictions. So you got 3 times to commit a felony. Most people do not commit felonies in their lifetime. That means that if you commit 3 consecutive felonies in which you commit a serious felony, then you would be mandated. You just need to go away because there's no rehabilitation for you. That it also required laws and violent offenders to serve at least 85% of their prisons. What's the point of giving you a sentence if you're not going to serve it all out? Expansion of the death penalty. Juvenile offenders. The death penalty added 60 new federal crimes that could be punished with the death penalty. Juvenile offenders allowed for children as young as 13 to be tried as adults for certain crimes. And the Pell Grant ban eliminated federal Pell Grants for inmates seeking higher education. And that provision was reversed in 2023. So I ask you a question. Preventative measures and victims' rights, Violence Against Women Act, provided funding for rape and domestic violence prevention shelters and victim services. Assault weapons ban prohibited the manufacture and sale of certain semi-automatic firearms for civilian use. Provision expired in 2024 and was not renewed. A sex offender registry. It required states to establish a registry for sexual offenders. So, after all of this time, in which they say that it fueled mass incarceration, expanded the school to prison pipeline, we see all of these talking points, and the fact that it was bipartisan effort from both the Democrats and the Republicans to get this signed into law. The question that I have for you guys, considering that we are watching things like this,
Oakland, and arrested 3 others at the Dublin BART station.
as we watch things like this, hold on, I'll show it to you again.
Tonight, police have several suspects in custody, but others got away.
And this all happened in San Ramon today at Heller Jewelers. The business has seen pricey heists before.
Yeah, but tonight, neighbors tell ABC 7 News reporter J.R. Stone they're really shocked to see such a large crew robbing a place in the middle of the day.
This cell phone video shows armed robbery suspects running to try and get away after ransacking Heller Jewelers in San Ramon. Moments before this, while individuals were still inside smashing display cases and taking items, according to police, the front door to the store locked. The thieves couldn't get it open, so they did this.
As we watch this type of behavior run rampant across the entire United States of America, it's on the West Coast, it's on the East Coast, it's in the Midwest, and it's certainly down South. As we watch this type of rampant behavior ramp up in our communities, my question for you is, somebody says, oh, okay, of course they don't have a real profile picture, but they said sex offenders for white men, the biggest sex offenders, clown Anton. I didn't say that it was race specific. I said that anybody committing crime wasn't wrong about it. But as usual, you and your ugly mama on that picture and that ugly baby that's on that picture, both of them, Aunt Jemima and her degenerate autistic son that's in that picture, decided that they wanted to have a conversation and make it a race conversation. Okay, well, if you want to make it about race with your ugly mama and that room 9 kid that's in that picture, then we can make it about that too. How about that? You had to make it about that. I asked you if people that were sex offenders, no matter whether they black or white, was it bad? Now stop throwing shots if you don't want shots to be thrown at you, Tylenol baby.
At least one person fired shots to bust out the door glass, and then everyone ran out. Not just 5 or 6 people, but almost 20, according to San Ramon police.
Broad daylight, anybody could have gotten hit.
This type of organized crime, it definitely is something that needs to be taken higher consideration into.
Police say after the armed robbery, the suspects had several getaway cars in this valet area right here. As some drove off, it appears they threw the small pillowcases used to hold jewelry out the window. It's unclear how much was taken, but no one was hurt.
We passed by, saw the caution tape, and a bunch of people
Taken, but no one was hurt.
We passed by, saw the caution tape, and a bunch of people around the crime scene area. I saw police officers.
Police say air support tracked the suspects through Contra Costa County and into Alameda County. At last,
Erica Wilson says, AD, you said don't talk about the kids. Well, yeah. Unless the kid is you. If the kid just so happened to be you, then that's different. If the kid is you, then it's on limits. We don't talk about the kids if the kid is your kid, but if you are the kid, then it's a different type of conversation. So that's the justification. Tell me if I'm wrong. All right, chat. All right, we got it. We got the story. We here. Okay. Question chat. And you're right, Lex, please. In my defense, I didn't start it. So, chat. No rule. We gonna go to the jury. The jury is the chat. All right. The jury is the chat. Chat. If the kid is you and you are the one that's talking stuff, is it okay to talk about the kid? Yes or no? I need y'all to put a yes in the chat. It's okay to go off on the baby if the baby is the person that's talking stuff, or no in the chat, and then I'll change the rules and say no talking about room 9 kids, even if you the kid. If you are the kid, but you just so happen to be adult, but you put your baby picture up and you say something reckless in the chat, is it okay to crash out on you? Everybody said yes, it's fair game. Everybody said yes. It's unanimous. 1,000-0. Everybody unanimously said yes. If you are the kid, then it's okay to talk about the kid if you're the one that said the insulting things. We don't talk about kids that's still kids. That's the rule. So, all right, then I'm right. And I'm right then. Just don't mention that autistic ass. Y'all sound so, man. I talk about everybody. If you're on the spectrum, if you sassy, oh, y'all offended by that. Is that the offensive part? We got thugs in the chat that's offended by the autistic comments. No, I don't like that. I don't like that part. So that's where you draw the line. You draw the line at the fact that you may be on the spectrum. Just don't mention autism. Why I can't mention autism? Is autism off the... All right, chat. Another question. Y'all the jury. Is autism off the books? I'm going to let y'all decide. Does everybody get the jokes, or is the autistic conversation off the books? Because I didn't even say autism. I just said room 9, but, you're neither here nor there. Yes or no? Is autism off the books? They said autism is not off the books, that we can have a conversation about autism. They said everybody can get it. Niche said everybody can get it. All right, well then it's cool. So shout out to the room 9. Thank you. Room 9. I only see the men that's complaining about it. You on a spectrum and you think it's full game? Okay, well then I'm really in. All right, we in there. That's all I needed to hear. You said you own the spectrum and it's all fair game. Okay, so then that means that they want to play too. They want to be a part of the jokes. They want me to talk about that's because, listen, that's your fault. You're related with being dumb. You don't even know how to spell. Are you autistic? Because there's severities. Here's the thing about people that's on the spectrum that I learned. Here's the thing that's on the spectrum. This is a spectrum conversation right now. For people that are on the spectrum, I thought, looking at the movies, I thought that it takes away from one cognitive ability, but it adds to the other, right? So maybe you're socially awkward and you can't communicate as effectively, but you can play the piano incredibly because you got a photographic memory, right? Maybe you're a savant. That's what I thought. I thought that that's the way that it goes. But some of y'all, you didn't get that other ability. Or maybe your ability is something that we can't see. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you drool, but you can do something weird that don't really help you in society. Like, you can connect your feet faster than everybody else or something like that, right? Maybe you eat your toenails straight from your toes. I don't know. Maybe you pull out your hair faster than everybody else or something. Maybe your special gift really ain't a gift at all. You know what I'm saying? Because we automatically assume that you got a super photographic memory and you can count, or maybe you can program faster. Some of your gifts was not really as good as you didn't like your gift. Oh man, he could do his Legos faster than everybody else. Some of y'all got dumb gifts. You can eat your Tootsie Roll faster, or you can drink more. You can hold more drink in your mouth or something. Maybe some of y'all just got bad gifts, and that's just your lot in life. You got a bad gift, you know? You didn't get, I could do math fast, or I got a super accurate aim or something like that. You didn't get none of them gifts. Your gift, you a toenail eater. You a navel licker. You know what I'm saying? You taste people's navels more effectively than everybody else. You got a dumb gift, and get mad at your mama because it's because y'all slept together. It's because you keep sleeping with your cousins because you nasty. Your daddy was sleeping with his cousins, and now you a navel licker. You eat your toenails, and your toenails is black. You don't know why. Oh my God. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at your daddy. Your daddy made you. Everybody want to get mad. Everybody want to get offended. Oh, he's talking about me because I like to eat toenails. I think that people with them fetishes, oh man, I just like to smell my girl's panties, or I like to wear them, or you like to wear high heels. I think that y'all on a spectrum. I do. I think that serial killers are on a spectrum. I'm about to go over to Houston. I do, bro. Let's go to Houston. Let's talk about Houston really quickly. I think that serial killers are on a spectrum. I think that, all right, let's put it in perspective, because you know me. I'm my grandma's child. I think that all of this stuff is the devil that y'all into. I think that guys that like young girls are on a spectrum. I think that serial killers are on a spectrum. And this is my opinion. This is what I think. I can't prove it scientifically. I know there's an anti-intellectual movement. I know that I'm a C student, but just hear me out. Hear me out now. I think that a lot of y'all may be on the spectrum, and you need prayer. You need to be baptized, and we need to cut off your lineage. You should not be having kids. Some of y'all should not be having kids. Some of y'all are straight up Neanderthals. You can't think straight. You was born with a demon on you. You like to lick. You know what I'm saying? And you can spot the signs earlier. You can spot the signs early. But people, you ever seen that kid that like to lick phones? Like, dog, why you lick it? Hey man, you don't think? And I had a conversation with my homeboy one time, and this was before I even had a kid, because he was a younger guy, like he had kids early, and his kid would always be licking pagers and stuff like that. And I said, bruh, I mean, I know you're not cool with your baby mama, but why she be letting your kid lick pagers, and why she be letting your kid lick cell phones? I don't know, man. You know, like, I don't really pay that much attention to it. I said, you ain't never paid no attention to your kid? And you don't think it's weird that he just like to lick cell phones and he just like to lick pagers? Like, y'all can't get him no toys. You got him, you know, the new Power Wheels. It used to be called Power Wheels. And I remember, and he bought his son some Power Wheels, right? And the Power Wheels was what y'all be seeing these little kids, they be driving in the Benz and stuff today, right? But he never played with the Power Wheels. He used to just eat the box. I said, dog, and I asked him, because I seen some teeth marks inside of the box, or not inside of the box, but you know, like, you know how you rip a box open, like, oh man, it's a box. But there was some bite marks, and they didn't have no dog. And I said, dog, why is it bite marks on the box that the Hot Wheels was in? Oh, he be eating it. Nigga, what you mean he be eating the box? Dog, true story. I know that y'all think that I'm just making it up as I go. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Honestly, he used to eat my guy's kid used to eat the box. It was eating the cartwheel. But I said, man, why y'all ain't taking the box away from him? His mama said, just let him play with it and keep it occupied. I said, so this nigga got a tummy full of cardboard? He got a tummy full of cardboard? You don't think that that's going to affect him? You don't think that all of them carcinogens that's inside of that box that they make that box with, you don't think that that's going to be a problem? All of that paint, he keep eating paint on the side of the house. He keep licking the side of the house. You don't think something is wrong with your kid, and he like to taste the paint, like dry paint. He like the smell of paint, and he like to taste the paint. Some of y'all in here right now, you haven't thought about it because you weird, right? And so that's why you keep making new accounts and you keep coming, because you like the smell of paint when you was younger and you just kept sniffing it. That's why you wear your wife's heels when she gone. You got flat feet, she got skinny feet. And every time she go to put on her Louboutins, they stretched out on the sides. And she know you wear them, but she keep trying to ignore the signs because she keep praying for you. And she go to church every Sunday, and you keep wondering why she going to church. Nigga, she praying for you because she know that your big self keep on putting on her heels. And somebody watching this right now wear panties when they girl go to work. You stuff your penis in her panties, and you weird. So I don't get offended when I see you type hard in the chat and you start coming for me, Anton, that's why this. Nigga, you don't even know you weird. You a weirdo. Keep laying down like a cereal. Bro, you one step away. I don't trust y'all. That's why I keep saying it. Honestly, I don't trust y'all. I know it. I know a panty wearer when I see one. I know him because he look weird. He always talk like that. So I run into you niggas in person and I just give you the fist bump. What up, though? Because I don't want to shake your hand. I don't want that spirit. Nigga, you got a panty wearing devil on your neck. You got a panty wearing devil and you too big to be wearing some other girl's panties. And that's why you got married. Some of y'all is demonic. I'm being, you think I'm playing. I'm telling you, we about to go into this serial killer conversation over in Houston. Some of y'all demonic. Ladies, let me warn you. Toya, I ain't kidding, Toya. Ladies, let me warn you. Let me warn you, all right? Y'all got to start watching these guys, especially the ones that's typing hard in the chat and then they want to hit you up on the DM. Hey, I seen you in the chat. You got a pretty profile picture. Yeah, I'm 1-2-step inside of Anton's chat. I'm subscribed. Yep. Looking to join the Bag Chasers soon. I haven't yet, but I'm looking to join the Bag Chasers. You going to be at the meetup? Watch them, because you keep trying to figure out, I wonder why he want me so bad. He don't even know me. He see me with my kids on there. It's because they like your kid. Tell me the part that I'm saying is not untrue. It sound crazy, but tell me the part that I'm saying is untrue. Bro, they don't like you. They like being around your kids. I am very skeptical of men that are desperate to be stepfathers, because I be thinking to myself, listen, I know she cute, but she ain't that cute, and her kid certainly look dumb, right? So I be looking and I'm like, why is he so desperate to play another man's save game? And I'm telling you, listen, I warned y'all in the beginning of the show what this was going to be like. I said that I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody. You start at 0 and then you work your way up. How are y'all not skeptical of these men that's desperate to take care of you and your child? Oh, y'all come as a package deal? No better. Hey, little homie, let me throw football with you. Like, nigga, you just met him. You cooler with him than you are with me. He always want to babysit. I watch the kids. You don't get a little creeped out at that? You don't think this nigga might be a serial killer? And I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm the most sane person out of all of the 2,000 something plus people that's inside of this chat right now. I'm the most sane person that's here. I'm just calling it for the what you keep overlooking the red flags. No, he a good dad. No, he want to marry me. He want to marry me so much. He always bringing my little daughter. How old is your daughter? 7. He treat me and her the same way. He bring me flowers. He bring her flowers. Talking about that nigga over there just got her, keep on throwing her up on the lap. You don't think that's strange? Didn't he just meet her? You buying her flowers? He bought you flowers too? You trying to babysit already? That nigga's a serial killer. You gotta pay attention to the signs. That nigga's a serial killer. Keep on being in the friend. Y'all ain't never wondered about these niggas that keep on trying to be in the friend zone? No, that's my friend. No, he like playing in your makeup and your panties. That's my friend. Oh, he like your clothes. He like your style. He want to be you. That nigga's a serial killer. He a serial killer. He like you. He like your wigs. He try them on his big head. He put your wigs on when you go to work. He sit with his seat real close. When I see niggas that sit with their seat real close to the steering wheel, nigga, when I came up and I got my first car, first thing I do is I pulled the seat all the way to the back, and I was barely in the window, just enough for you to see me. That's how I used to drive my car. Drove my car just like this. When I see dudes, when they seat me all the way up on the steering wheel like this, like a girl, that's a female thing. You see girls, they always sit close to the steering wheel. Nigga, that's a red flag. That's a serial killer. When I see men that drive like this and they chest is real close to the steering wheel, that's a female thing. Men stay back, spread their legs. They barely in the window. They pull their seat up just far enough to be in the window so you can see who it is. Put their hand out the window so you can see they watch. I'm here. Start the track over right before they get up to the light because they know that it's going to be people at the light, and so they want to start the song over to the beginning. and they want to get past the slight intro, and when the beat drop, they want people to hear their song. That's what you do when you a young man. You look for things and attention. You turn your music up because you want everybody to know that you got 2 12s in the back. If your son don't do that, your son may be a serial killer. If all he want to do is go play with the dolls and stuff like that, or he always helping you get dressed. Mama, I want to help you get dressed for your day. Your son may be a serial killer. If your son don't... Let's go over to... I heard Houston got a serial killer. Let's see if we can profile, because I'm giving you the clues. I'm giving you signs, all right? Now, there's some girls in here who they watch what they got, and I've identified some of these characteristics. And you know what they're going to say? I don't like that nigga. Why you always listening to Anton? You a what? You a bag chaser? That nigga so lame. He's so corny. He's so lame. He's so corny. What'd he say? Why he always flirting? Nigga, that's usually what you do when you like women. When you think that they pretty, sometimes you just can't help it and you got boxelitis. That's normal for healthy, sexually active grown men to actually like and participate with women. I can't help it. It's just what it is. I just choose to say the quiet part out loud. It is what it is. That's what happens when you as content creator. The people around me understand it. You know what? That's just Anton. He just like girls. Don't worry about it. It's some guys, some of y'all watching this with your guys right now. Oh, man, that nigga. This nigga think he is the next Kevin Samuels. As some guys, let me not keep it on just the guys. I want to be objective here, and I want to make sure that we spread the love, because there's some women that's some serial killers out here, and usually they got a profile. I'm gonna give it to you right now before we get into Houston. All right. It's some women that got a profile, all right? A lot of times, and this is not all of them, but the first sign is that they usually say that a man is gay or he hates women if they don't agree with him. Genuinely, most of the time, they got a big back. They got a big back. They on the cusp. They're on the cusp. They generally like to be forever students because they socially awkward. They have the makings of a serial killer. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. They still watch Teletubbies, cartoons. They always talking about another man, but ain't never got one. Makings of a serial killer. They get real clingy when they finally get one. They love them because they want to hold on to them. And they usually lose them. They usually lose them because they're like, man, this chick is too needy. She ain't never had a boyfriend before. Chicks that act weird like they ain't never had a boyfriend, but they grown. Usually those chicks is the makings of a serial killer. Listen to what I'm saying. These type of women tend to go and get X jobs. Y'all ready to get the jobs? I'm going to break it down for you. A lot of times, and it's not only singular to big backs. This is also, listen to what I'm saying. This is also to regular looking women. They are able to hide it more effectively. This is why they don't get caught cheating as much. They usually like to get jobs, and they usually seek attention from guys in high school, and they are teachers. That's one of the things. They like school. They like attention from younger guys. One of the professions, not all teachers, obviously, but usually some serial killer women, they usually have teacher credentials. If they're not a teacher, they may be a teacher credential. Sometimes they nurses. Sometimes they're nurses. Oh, you don't want to have this conversation no more. Now we need to move on. We need to talk about what's happening in Houston, over in the bayou. They love getting extra fly. it's hard for them to deal with grown men, but they love having conversations with younger people. They're so incentivized to help them with their homework a little bit more. Can't talk to a grown man. Oh, no, they gay. I don't like them. I only like my career. I'm married to my career. What do you mean? What kind of person that's nurturing don't want to get some D? You only want to get box, or you only want a young dude? Weird. I'm going to give you all of the signs. Don't worry, we'll talk about it. We got to continue on with the show. Houston, serial killer, yo man, panty wearer. Let's go.
So far this year, 13 bodies have been discovered in Houston bayous. 4 of them were found this week alone. The body of missing 20-year-old University of Houston student Jade McKissick was found along Brays Bayou.
Others were recovered near Greens Bayou, White Oak Bayou, and Buffalo Bayou. As Houston police investigate these cases, Fox 26's Julian Hartman spoke with a local constable who says this spike is unusual.
Several bodies have been recovered in the bayous in just 1 week. So in your experience, 4 bodies in 1 week, is that unusual?
Yes. They could be correctional officers too. A lot of times they like to work in the prisons. Women that have pen pals, serial killers.
Don't find 4 bodies in the bayou in a week.
Does this raise any red flags for law enforcement?
Yeah, I mean, I think clearly
I actually been over there
before. Bodies starting to show up in bayous, it's always a concern for us because we obviously got to determine how the bodies got there, what was the cause of death, was it foul play, was it suicide, was it an accident, kind of what the circumstances were that caused the death of the person. So I'm sure the Houston Police Department is well underway of trying to determine the cause of death and taking the appropriate necessary investigative leads to go and solve the case.
You can understand a lot of people have questions, they have concerns after hearing this news this week. A lot of people are making assumptions about these discoveries.
I think it's a bad idea to make assumptions about anything because it's too early in the investigation to determine what took place. That's why we have
Azrael says, Anton, that's near where you took your walks when you were here. Yeah, I know. I remember exactly that exact spot. Were they recording? I remember being in Houston at that exact spot where I used to take my walks, and I used to go over there in Houston. I'm familiar with what y'all got going on in y'all city. I be knowing y'all city. Don't think I'm just a country bumpkin or something like that. I know y'all city.
An Institute of Forensic Sciences that will do autopsies on these bodies and determine the cause of death. And the Houston Police Department is very capable of doing a great investigation on these matters. So from our perspective, don't rush to any conclusions, don't speculate.
What you mean don't speculate? Y'all got a serial killer on the loose. What you talking
law
about?
enforcement do what law enforcement does, and we'll hopefully we'll have some answers.
A lot of people use these trails. What's your advice to folks that like to walk, bike, or run along the bayous?
I mean, you have to be aware of your surroundings. That's the single biggest thing. Stay in well-lit areas if you're going to run at night. Run with a friend, run with a family member, run with somebody that you trust. If you're running alone and you have earbuds in, take one out, leave one out the whole time so you can ensure that if anybody's coming near you or walking up on you, that you will hear them.
What did I tell y'all a while ago when I said that women wasn't safe? What did I tell y'all a while ago when I said women wasn't safe out here in these streets? How many more times do I have to emphasize that y'all are not safe in these streets? That people are hunting you. There are people that y'all pass every single day. Every single day that watch your routine. They study your social media. Do y'all know that there's people that look at y'all social media and jerk off to y'all? Do y'all know that it is people that get off on your social media profile? I said that 4 lives ago. I keep telling y'all that it's not safe out here. Go out in pairs. Stop thinking that you're so independent. You are not independent. You are interdependent. You're not safe. You're not safe. You are not safe. You go out there jogging at night. You keep posting your whereabouts on social media. But you don't think that same dude that keep on saying, "What's up, queen?" Or he be the first one to like your stuff every time you just so happen to go live, or every time you post a story, he just so happy follow you on every single platform. You just think you popping. No, you prey. You're prey. You are prey. You're 100% prey.
Bodies in the bayou, it is a term that we have heard here in Houston many times in the past, but not like we have.
That's why when we were on after hours at one time, and Gaz was in the chat, man, I'm telling you, bro, I think everybody is weird. We was in a chat on after hours. Tell me if some of y'all remember this live stream that I did. So we was on after hours, and I said somehow it had came up, like people was in the chat and they said something like, man, everybody look at people and undress them with their eyes and try to imagine what they look like naked. And I was like, no, they don't. No, I don't do that. And this is the shaming tactic that people usually use. Oh, you think you better than everybody else. Anton always got to be right. No, I don't undress people with my eyes when I meet women. I'm normal. That is normal. And then I've seen a bunch of people in the chat. Yeah, dog, that's normal. And you the weird one. No, I'm not weird. Y'all serial killers. Y'all serial killers. I was like, that honestly, honest to God, that bothered me, bro. That bothered me. Everybody was trying to convince me that I'm crazy. When people try to convince me, no, man, it's okay to talk to chicks that was 16, 17 years old. It's legal in this state, or they just about to graduate. As soon as she turned 18, I'm on her. Like, nigga, that's not, what? Nigga, you a serial killer. By the way, everybody's serial killers that do stuff like that, in my opinion. You a serial killer, bro. You're a serial killer. The first time you meet a chick, if you think that she decent looking, you undressing her with your ass, man, that's weird, bro. That's weird. The first time that you meet a person, you're not able to focus on nothing except for the imaginary clothes removal. I don't know, man. I'm not going, bro. I'm just not going. I can't. I just can't, bro. That's crazy.
Week.
As 5 bodies have been discovered in our city's bayous over the last week, 2 Investigates Mario Diaz is in downtown Houston examining any potential connections.
This popped up on social media over the weekend, and the frequency in terms of the number of deaths that have taken place over the last week has many asking questions.
Houston's a big city, but for that number of people, even in a city as large as us, that number's concerning, to say the least.
Indeed, 5 bodies discovered over the last week alone, including that of a missing University of Houston student found last Thursday. The cause of her death still under investigation, according to HPD.
Had you ever heard of deaths in the bayou really before last week?
Not as frequent, no. It's hard not to hear about it since there's been many deaths found, bodies found.
Over a dozen this year. Mayor John Whitmire tells 2 Investigates HPD has clearly informed him that none are connected.
So I'm firmly of the...
So wait a minute. You telling me that people just killing women in Houston? Because see, I would be less concerned if it was just one person. You telling me you got multiple buddy dumpers in the bayou in Houston and dudes is just killing chicks and throwing them in the river? Hold on. I must have heard that wrong.
Found.
Over a dozen this year. Mayor John Whitmire tells 2 Investigates HPD has clearly informed him that none are connected.
What the heck is going on, bro? What's happening in Houston? All right, no more meetups in Houston until they catch all of these serial killers. Until y'all make an announcement that they catch all the serial killers, no more meetups in Houston.
So I'm firmly of the opinion that if this was the work of a serial killer, that local law enforcement would be on top of it. And
so local law enforcement is not on top of all the rest of the bodies? What the fuck is going on, bro?
They would be sending out warnings.
Tim Miller of Texas EquiSearch knows Houston bayous better than most.
As many searches as I've done, Mario, I've never seen this many in one week in the bayous. What's happened?
Connie said bodies found doesn't equal murder. Bodies found in the bayou don't equal murder. All of them. Okay. All right. Hey, if it's good for y'all, it's good for me. Who am I? I don't live in Houston.
Is leaving everybody with a huge question mark.
Once again, important to note, the mayor telling me that all the deaths along the bayous of Houston here this year, HBD tells him they have seen no connections to one case or another. The mayor also adding it is simply too much to have one death along the bayous in Houston. In downtown, Mario D.
So how many bodies did y'all have to find in the bayous of Houston in order for it to actually be? Y'all don't think y'all got a serious? Y'all better be careful. Y'all gotta be careful. Listen, God bless y'all. I hope y'all careful. I hope that work out for y'all. No more meetups in the meantime. We're going to go everywhere else around Texas. Maybe we'll head to Dallas. Maybe we'll go to San Antonio, Austin. I don't know. Jesus Christ. What is going on out here? Let me read some of these super chats, bro. How did they die if they wasn't murdered? And has everybody got the same idea to go down to the bayou? Safari Noble says jewelry stores are going to have to install Tourette's. Or I don't know what that is. I thought Tourette's was something that somebody is affected. I don't know. Demarius Devora says respect. Shout out to you, Demarius. I appreciate you for the 20 ball. Thank you, my friend. Manny says his mama definitely drank top. No, pregnant with them. I enjoy the show. All opinions is welcome. Thank you. Corey says, what do you think about Charleston White's comments on Charlie Kirk? I don't have any comment on people that I know in real life. Comments on Charlie Kirk. Anything that I would have to disagree with them about, if I disagree with them at all, I would have that conversation offline. I don't have any thoughts whatsoever about what his comments were on Charlie Kirk, to be honest with you. Amethyst Angel says adolescence didn't exist pre 1910. If you act grown, you should receive grown folk consequences. In other words, once you go from short pants to long pants, you are grown. If you know, you know. Okay. All right, Amethyst Angel. George Everett says, bro, you be saying some wild stuff. No, I don't be saying it. I be doing it. I'm telling you, in real life, I'm doing the work of what your parents and the people that is supposed to be protecting you doing. I'm doing the work so that you'll be able to identify the signs. I done seen it. I done coached it. I done identified it. I watched the movies. I looked at the profiling. I watched Criminal Minds, Manhunters. I'm able to find the actual idea of what y'all supposed to be. I study people, bro. I study people. You love me in Detroit? Shout out to my people in Detroit that love me in Detroit. I'm doing the work so y'all to be able to identify the red flags. You know what I'm saying, George Everett? P. Shank says, Anton, 90% of your chat is on the spectrum. Well, you know us. We Room 9 affiliate, so we get into it. High Tolerance says, the YNs were the test tube babies back in the day. With some true spectrum kids sprinkled in, you know, the ones with wardrobe complete with gray sweats and Velcros. Illmatic07 says, this is the Railman Show from God. You speaking the truth. See, people know I know what I'm talking about. Hey, the 212s in the back statement is facts, bro. For real. Most of us was looking for sounds. Listen, the first thing we wanted to do when we got our cars back in the day was we wanted to put some sounds on it and some rims on it. You know what I'm saying? Either some Daytons, some 20s, something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, AD, I just sent you a long email requesting to be added to your wait list in October for coaching, so I don't forget. All right, cool. I got you. Cobot said, thank you, Tanea. Cobot says, so this is your apartment, huh, Diamond? Always make sure you get home safe. You remember that on the Players Club? Hey, what do y'all think about here? I'm gonna get y'all feedback in a second. Just Incredible says, you see Hillary Clinton slandering Christian men? No, send it to me. Email it to me. Demetrius Shaw says, hey, Ant-Man, I have a couple of job opportunities to run by you ASAP. Can I call you for 5 minutes after the show? Give me a call. I'll see what I can do. Here's my question for y'all. All right? Here's my question for y'all. Should we do a test show on Sunday? Because I've been getting on Slimmy and I said, Slimmy, we need to do like a movie review or series reviews. We need to start gearing up for this, bro, because I want to continue to explain the platform. And Slimmy was like, yeah, that's what's up. And the reason that I'm asking y'all today is because then it would give me some time to actually watch some stuff and go to the show and see maybe 2 or 3 movies over the weekend so that we can start to discuss it on Sunday. So y'all up for that on the Room 9/After Hours channel? Talking about what recently came out, movies, whatever, so on and so forth. Y'all up for that or what? Saturday, Sunday, I don't know. Y'all up for that or what? Trevian Holly says we need a break from you, AD. No breaks. No breaks from Antondaniels.com. Not movies, let's do sports. Why do y'all want sports so bad? No, football, sure, yep. Movies, music, TV show review. Making movies and music. You're not claiming Room 9? No, yes, you are. You Room 9 just like the rest of us. Y'all want to do it on Saturday? Watch him and see what we think. Maybe we do it on Saturday? Saturday. You prefer Saturday, K. Cooper? Shay Cutsu said we got church in the morning, so no Sunday morning. Well, no, I'm not necessarily saying that it has to be in the morning. All right, so let's try to test it out for maybe trying like a Saturday type of thing. All right? Movies and conspiracies. I like that. Food reviews, movies. I wonder if somebody is into food reviews. Who do I know that's a foodie? Like a real foodie. Maybe Kim. Kim may be a foodie. She like crab legs. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyways, you're gonna surprise us. Maybe we'll live stream on a Saturday and see what's popping. The only thing about it though is that I need some time to actually watch some of this stuff. You know? Most of the time the movies come out on Thursday night/Friday. But then we live stream on Friday. Y'all just want me to be all caught up. So I'll figure it out. I appreciate y'all for the feedback. I appreciate y'all. Storytime Reading and Wine says a turret is a rotating armored structure. Oh yeah, turrets. The reason why I know about a turret now is because we used to play video games, right? Yep, I get it. On tanks, warships, and aircraft that house weapons in regard to a jewelry store. Yeah, I got you. I get it. Thank you for educating me. I appreciate you. Thank you, Storytime. All right, y'all. No live stream tonight because it's Wednesday. So Wednesday is an opportunity for me to catch up. And I'm preparing to onboard your car and a couple other people that I've hired. So I got to get that ready because I want them to start next week. All right. All right, listen, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm pronouncing it wrong. Well, give me a little bit of grace. Give me a little bit of grace. I'll figure it out. Listen, I'm used to pronouncing stuff wrong. You know what I mean by it, though. I was calling Jorge George. So it is what it is. Anyways, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow morning. Same time, same show. And then we also got after hours tomorrow night. All right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.